Ralph Kiner, along with Bob Murphy and Lindsey Nelson from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on a beautiful day for baseball. The Mets have won the first two games of this three-game series. They won the first game 8-2, and last night they won by a score of 9-5. And in this final game, it's going to be hard-throwing Nolan Ryan on the mound for the New York Mets. He has not lost a ball game this year. He has a record of 4-0. And countering for the Pittsburgh Pirates, right-hander Dock Ellis, who has a record of 4-3. The umpires are at home plate right now, going over the starting lineups with Gil Hodges and Bill Mazeroski, the team captain of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So we'll be back for the start of today's game in just 1 minute.
Welcome to another season of Mets baseball with the North Ferry Dairy Bar. And remember to stop in for your early morning papers to check game results while you're having your morning coffee. In the evening, why not stop by and pick up a half-gallon of your favorite ice cream and treat all the folks at home. Remember, dairy products help build strong and healthy bodies. The place to get them, the North Ferry Dairy Bar, 213 North Ferry Street in Johnstown.
At United Press International, we know what news is all about. It's our only business. I'm Maury Trumbull. I report the news right here from the world desk of UPI. Hard facts, accurately gathered by our worldwide network of seasoned pros. Saigon, Cape Kennedy, we're there. Don Folsom travels with the president. Alan Dawson with the troops. We go where the action is. When you hear the news here, you know because we know. At United Press International, news is our business.
WILCR AM and WILCR FM in Johnstown, New York.
Well, the Pittsburgh Pirates are now taking the field, and the final game of this three-game series is about to get underway. And here for the starting lineup, Bob Murphy.
All right, Ralph, the New York Mets will have Tommie Agee in center field leading off. Bud Harrelson at shortstop batting second. Dave Marshall in right field batting third. But right now, as the Pirates take the field, the crowd rising for our national anthem. Of our national anthem at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. For the New York Mets, Tommie Agee in center field leading off. Bud Harrelson at shortstop batting second. Dave Marshall in right field batting third. Cleon Jones in left field hitting cleanup. Ed Kranepool at first base hitting number 5, followed by Bob Aspromonte at third. Jerry Grote, the catcher, bats seventh. Tim Foli playing second base batting eighth. And on the mound batting ninth, right-hander Nolan Ryan. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, David Cash will be at second base leading off. Vic Davalillo replaces Willie Stargell in left field. Stargell aggravated a hand injury in last night's game. Roberto Clemente in right field batting third. Richie Hebner at third base hitting cleanup. The center fielder, Al Oliver, will hit number 5. Bob Robertson playing first base batting sixth. Manny Sanguillen, the catcher, will hit seventh. Gene Alley, the shortstop, batting eighth. And on the mound, batting ninth, right-hander Dock Ellis. The umpires, John Kibler behind the plate. Satch Davidson at first base. Paul Pryor at second. And Shag Crawford is the umpire at third. And now it's time for action. Final game of the series. Following the game, The Mets will fly to Atlanta and play the Braves tomorrow night. Now, Tommie Agee steps in, all set to detail the action for you, Ralph Kiner.
Thank you, Bob Murphy, and Tommie Agee in the batter's box. Tommie, a right-hand batter. He's had 4 hits and 8 times up so far in the series, batting at .301 for the year. Tommie with 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in. And the first pitch of the ball game. Agee takes a called strike at strike 1. For the Pirates, Manny Sanguillen catching at first base, Bob Robertson at second base, Dave Cash. The shortstop is Gene Alley, the third baseman, Richie Hebner. In the outfield, Vic Davalillo in left field, Al Oliver in center field, and Roberto Clemente in right. 1 strike count. And Ellis back to the plate. Agee swings and pops the ball up back of second base. Going back to shortstop, Gene Alley to make the call. And he makes the catch, 1 away. 1 away. And the batter coming up for the Mets, Bud Harrelson, and he has been red hot. Harrelson has had 6 hits and 8 times up in this series. He was 4 for 5 last night with 3 runs batted in. He has hit in his last 13 ball games, and he has hit in 23 of his last 24 ball games. Bud now batting at .339 with 10 runs batted in. Leads the club in base hits with 41. He has 5 doubles and 3 triples. Harrelson batting left-handed. And the first pitch by Ellis. Hit hard to left. The line shot coming in is Davalillo, and he takes it right off his shoe top, right by the foul line, and he robs Harrelson of a base hit. So Harrelson with a line drive to left field to Davalillo, who caught that ball about 6 feet from the foul line. That'll bring up Dave Marshall. Marshall, with a 2-run home run last night, has had 3 hits and 10 times up in the series. He has hit in 11 of his last 12 ball games and is batting at .328. The Mets lead the National League in hitting with a .275 team average. They also lead the National League in pitching, and there's a ground ball hit over the pitcher's mound, taken by Cash right by second base to throw to first base in time, and the side is retired. So an easy inning for Dock Ellis as he starts off this ball game. A 1-2-3 inning, and the score at the end of 1/2 inning of play, the Mets nothing and the Pirates coming up.
Make this your year to have your own swimming pool. Start by calling Bob Schruffel at 762-3525. Call between 12 noon and 1 or after 4 p.m. and let Bob explain how easy it is to have your own pool. In-ground or above-ground pools are available with all accessories. Imagine a basic pool that has a ladder, filter, vacuum, and even a diving board at one price. Bob Schruffel has them, and financing is available too. Call him now at 762-3525. Join the 644,000 Americans who have their own pool. Wherever you go, you can listen to the news. You can swing with the blues on this wonderful, wonderful station. Just take a lively companion wherever you go. Take a portable radio. Take a portable radio.
We're going to the bottom half of the first inning. The Mets without a score in the first. The top half of the first, and the first batter will be Dave Cash, the second baseman for the Pirates. On the mound is Nolan Ryan. Nolan taking his warm-up pitches. He has a record of 4 wins and no losses. He has no decisions against the Pirates, and this is his 4th start. I'd like to remind you this broadcast comes to you through the courtesy of Rango Breweries Incorporated and is authorized under radio rights granted by the New York Mets solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the New York Mets is prohibited. Nolan Ryan, 1 game under .500. In his lifetime, he has won 23 and lost 24. He has never defeated the Pirates. He has a record of no wins and 4 losses against them. He'll be pitching to Dave Cash, Vic Davalillo, and Roberto Clemente. Cash was 0 for 16 until last night's ball game, and then he came up with 3 hits and 5 times up to break the slump. His average now at .303 for the year. Still waiting for Ryan to get ready. Ryan is a very meticulous pitcher. He takes a lot of time. So just settle back and enjoy the ball game. And the hard-throwing right-hander's first pitch. It is fouled into the stands. Check swing foul ball on the first base side, strike 1. Mets have Jerry Grote catching at first base, Ed Kranepool. Tim Foli at second base, Bud Harrelson at shortstop, Bob Aspromonte at third. In the outfield, Cleon Jones in left, Tommie Agee in center, and Dave Marshall in right. And the next pitch. And it's swung on and missed, and a good curveball by Ryan. Strike two. Umpires for the game today, John Kibler calling the balls and strikes. Stat Davidson is at first base, Paul Pryor at second, and Shag Crawford at third. Pitch back and it's popped up on the first base side. Eddie Kranepool moving over to his right side is under it, and he makes the catch. So Cash becomes the first Pirate out, and that brings up Vic Davalillo. Vic is playing in left field in place of Willie Starcher, who re-injured his hand. Left-hand batter, 0 for 4 last night when he played in right field in place of Roberto Clemente. Davalillo batting .333. He's been up 39 times with 13 hits. No score, one away, bottom half of the first. Then the pitch by Ryan. It is bunted foul. Strike one. Ryan with a fastball, the bunt off on the third base side. We've got a bright, sunshiny day here in Pittsburgh. A beautiful day for baseball. Davalillo back in the batter's box. Ryan with the sign. Here's the one-strike delivery. Curveball popped up to left field in foul territory. The ball curving foul out of play. Jones with a long run could not get close to it, and it bounced into the stands for a strike, and the count at strike two. Ryan, so far in this ballgame, has done something rather unusual. He has not thrown a ball. All strikes to Cash and all strikes to Davalillo. Now the two-strike delivery. It is hit foul again into the stands. This time a long drive, foul by about 60 feet. In the left field stands, count remains at strike two. Davalillo has one home run this year. He has 4 RBIs in 14 ball games. Two-strike count. Ryan into the windup and the pitch. His first ball, pitch inside, it's 1-2. Like to wish a happy birthday to Rube Walker. Rube is 45 today, the pitching coach of the New York Mets. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Ryan has his first strikeout. 2 up and 2 away, and it brings up Roberto Clemente. Ryan picking that strikeout up on a curveball. Roberto Clemente batting at .292 for the year. He's 2 for 6 in the series. He's had 1 home run. He's driven in 14 runs in 32 ball games. Clemente deep in the batter's box, stands away from the plate, and Ryan's first pitch. Curveball, a hard swing and a miss, strike one. Ryan with excellent control so far in this game. Now the right-hander. Ready to pitch, and then he stopped and now gets ready again. The one-strike delivery. Hit foul deep down the right field side. The ball back into the stands, out of play. Ball foul by about 60 feet as Ryan with a fastball had it by Clemente. 2 strikeouts. Clemente with a lifetime batting average of .316 coming to this year. This is his 17th year as a Pittsburgh Pirate. Two strikeout. Ryan waiting for Grote to set out the sign. Now into the windup. And the pitch to Clemente. Swung on and missed, and Ryan has struck out Roberto Clemente. 2 strikeouts in his first inning, and a 1-2-3 inning. And the score at the end of one, the Mets nothing, the Pirates nothing. By way of celebrating the 20th anniversary of one of the most dramatic pennant races in Major League history back in 1951, the Mets are dedicating their old-timers game to that famous miracle of Coogan's Bluff. And the Giants, of course, won the National League Championship with that 9th inning swing of Bobby Thompson. defeating the Dodgers and putting the Giants into the World Series. Among the 51 Dodgers invited are Ralph Branca, Don Newcomb, Jackie Robinson, Duke Snyder, Carl Furillo, Carl Erskine, Roy Campanella, Preacher Roll, Pee-wee Reese, and, of course, Gil Hodges. The Giants players that have been invited include Leo DeRocher, Waddy Lockman, Sal Magby, Monty Irvin, Eddie Stanky, Larry Jansen, Jim Hearn, and Bobby Thompson. Special Yankees asked to grace the occasion include Yogi Berra, Bill Dickey, Hank Bauer, and Phil Rizzuto. Remember, it is on July 31st, Shea Stadium, the Old Timers Day. Should be a lot of fun. We're going now to the second inning. Mets coming up against Dock Ellis. Both pitchers working a 1-2-3 inning in the first, and the first batter for the Mets will be Cleon Jones. Cleon 5 for 9 in the series, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 1 single. He has hit in 5 consecutive ball games. Cleon hitting at 276. He has 4 home runs. That leads the club. He has 17 RBIs. That, too, leads the club. He'll be followed by Ed Kranepool and Bob Aspromonte. And Dock Ellis with his first pitch. It is inside the ball. Cleon's 2 home runs in this series have been to center field, just a shade toward right center field. 1-0 pitch, and Cleon has to duck away. Fastball right under his chin. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Ellis back again, and Cleon takes inside and high. Ball 3. 3-0. Mets with a record of 21-10. They have a 3-game advantage over Pittsburgh and a 2.5-game advantage over the St. Louis Cardinals, who won last night. The 3-0 pitch, a breaking ball over the outside corner, a called strike. Ellis picking up the strike with a slider. And at 3-1, the pitch to Jones is swung on and fouled back. Last year, Dock Ellis pitched a no-hit, no-run game against San Diego, winning by a score of 2-0, his first no-hitter. He has a good arm. This is his 8th start of the season, and he's had 7 decisions, 4 wins and 3 losses. One of the losses given to him by the Mets. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch to Jones. Hit to the shortstop, Gene Alley. He fields the ball in his regular shortstop position, throws over to first base for the out. So Ellis comes back from a 3-0 count to get Cleon Jones on the 3-2 pitch, and it brings up Ed Kranepool. Ed, 2 for 8 in the series, has hit in 6 consecutive ball games. Average at .324. He has 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in. And the first pitch by Ellis, taken at the knees, a called strike. No score in the ball game. 1 man out, top of the second inning. And Ellis back, and the next delivery is fouled off the end of the bat out toward Eddie Yost. He tracks it down, counted strike 2. Yogi Berra, the coach at first base. Eddie Yost, the coach at third. Let's move on to play Atlanta, a 2-game series. It's going to be Tom Seaver pitching Monday night. We'll be on the air at 8 o'clock. Tom with a record of 5-2. George Stone, a left-hander, will be going for the Braves. He has a record of 0-2. Next pitch to Kranepool, low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tuesday, we'll see Jim McAndrew pitching for the Mets against either Jim Nash or Mike McQueen. Now the 1-2 pitch. Hit hard to the first baseman, Robertson. He comes up with it, goes to the bag to make the unassisted play. Remember, you can do something nice for the environment by bringing your empty beverage bottles and aluminum cans to a Coca-Cola bottling plant near you and get paid for them, too. For information, call area code 212-679-3677. Weekdays before 5 p.m. Bob Aspromonte, the batter. Bob 1 for 8 in the series, but the one hit a big one, a 3-run home run. And he takes low, it's ball 1. Aspro hitting at .252 with 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Next pitch is looped out toward right field. It is a foul ball. Astro breaking the bat, so he'll go back to get a new one. Hitting that ball off the end of the bat in foul territory. A 1-ball, 1-strike count. In case you missed the scores of the National League games yesterday, Chicago defeated San Diego by a score of 6-4. Ferguson Jenkins becoming the first 7-game winner in the National League. Marichal and the Giants beat the Dodgers 1-0. Bouncing ball through the middle. Coming over is the second baseman Cash to field it. And the throw to first base is in time for the out there. And the side retired again in order. 6 in a row for Dock Ellis, and the score in the middle of the second inning. The Mets nothing, the Pirates nothing.
What a wonderful way to look, like a page from a fashion book. She's my cup of tea, and it's easy to see she enjoys being a girl.
This is RJ for Juniorama. One of the nicest ways to do your summer shopping is a trip to Juniorama of Johnstown. At Juniorama, you're a privileged customer with many advantages at your fingertips. First of all, Juniorama offers you the utmost in top fashions. Secondly, you're never disappointed in your selections, for Juniorama carries a full range of styles and sizes. And, of course, a friendly staff takes time for that extra service every shopper longs for. You shop the store that values every customer. Juniorama of Johnstown. They're open Friday and Monday till 9. They're open all day Saturday.
She walks by, she's so lovely that I think she's wonderful. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful way to look.
WILZR AM and WILZR FM in Johnstown, New York.
We're going to the bottom half of the second inning, a scoreless ball game, and Nolan Ryan set the pitch to Richie Hebner, Al Oliver, and Bob Robertson as his first 3 batters. Hebner has hit in 7 of his last 8 ball games. He's 3 for 10 in the series and is batting .280 for the year. Left-hand batter playing at third base. And the first pitch is high. It's ball 1. Ryan worked a 1-2-3 inning in the first inning, striking out Vic Davalillo and Roberto Clemente. Hebner, with 2 home runs and 17 runs batted in, his 17 RBIs leads the club. And the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball low and inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Ryan has pitched 26 innings and has struck out 25 batters. That's so far this year. Next pitch is fouled back into the stands. A fastball fouled off, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. In the 26 innings, Ryan has struck out 25 batters. He has walked 24 batters. Now at 2-1, the pitch back to Hebner. High, fastball missing, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Signs are out, and the pitch is in. And it's high, ball 4, and Ryan has walked first man. First base winner of the ball game. Richie Hebner on at first, and it brings up Al Oliver playing in center field. Oliver batting .231. Al is 0 for 4 in the series. And Ryan from the set position with his first pitch. Curveball, it's in for a called strike. Good curveball by Nolan Ryan. Umpires are working in shirt sleeves here today, and Ryan is pitching with his bare arms exposed. It's a warm summer day. Next pitch, a curve hit to deep left field. Moving back on the warning track is Cleon Jones, and by the wall, he makes the catch. Cleon about 2 steps from the wall, taking the ball from the left-hand hitter, and then making the throw into second base, and Hebner goes back to first. That'll bring up Bob Robertson. Robertson 3 for 7 in the series, batting at .216 for the year. 5 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Robertson, a right-hand batter. One man away, bottom of the second, no score. The Pirates have a runner at first. And Ryan in the set position. His first pitch to Robertson, high and inside. Robertson ducks away. It's ball one. Ryan started this ball game with an earned run average of 1.44 in 25 previous innings. He had given up 12 base hits. Now the pitch. It is swung on, blooped out toward right. It might drop in. Going over there is Foli. He can't get to it. Foli gets it on one hop. Going to third base is Richie Hebner and holding there, and the bloop double by Robertson. Ball hit right off the fifth, blooped out over first base. Tim Foli running hard for it. Could not get to it. He did manage to catch up with it on the first bounce, which saved the run. And now with runners at second and third and one man out, the batter coming up is Manny Sanguillen. Well, we got a pretty good matchup right here, Bob. Manny Sanguillen has not walked once this year on purpose, and he's against a fellow who can walk you.
This will be very interesting to watch, won't it?
Sanguillen has been up 124 times without a walk, except intentional. Now he's going to get his third intentional walk. They're going to put him on.
Ralph, on the ball hit by Bob Robertson, we have quite a bit of glare in the sky today. And the way Marshall played the ball, I don't think he picked it up at first.
He never did see the ball. In fact, didn't break for it. The good thing that Foli could get that ball in the first hop. He could not have caught it, however, even if he had broke for it.
Now, he was playing Robertson too far to left because of that power of his.
Now a pitch outside for ball four, and Manny Sanguillen is walked, and the bases are loaded. So Ryan with his first test. Bases loaded, one man out, and the batter will be Gene Alley. Gene Alley, a right-hand batter, hitting .226. He's 1 for 4 in this series, a double for the base hit. He's batted in 5 runs. The Mets have their infield back at double play depth. And the first pitch, a curve over, strike call. One strike count. Ryan working for the windup with the bases loaded, goes into that windup, and the pitch back to the plate is fouled off, and it's strike two. Richie Hebner led off with a walk on the 3-1 pitch. Al Oliver flied out the deep left. And then Bob Robertson with a bloop double down the right field line, putting runners at second and third. Then Manny Sanguillen walked on purpose to load the bases. And the Mets looking for a double play to get out of the jam. 2-strike count on Gene Alley. And the pitch. It is swung on and missed, and a big strikeout for Nolan Ryan. He got him on 3 pitches. Bases are still loaded, but the Mets have their second out of the inning. And the Pirates have their pitcher, Dock Ellis, coming up. And we pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
WISLR AM and WISLR FM in Johnstown, New York.
Ralph Kiner along with Bob Murphy and Lindsey Nelson from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The bases loaded for the Pirates. No score. 2 men away, and the first pitch to Dock Ellis. It is fouled into the stand, strike one. Ellis has been up 15 times with 4 base hits. Batting at .267. He has one run batted in. One strike count. Ryan with a new ball back off the mound. Rubbing the ball up now, getting back on top. He looks in, gets the sign, goes into the short windup, and the pitch to Ellis is swung on and foul tipped off the glove of Jerry Grote, strike two. Ellis, a left-hand batter. Being played as though he were a right-hand batter with the outfield shifted over toward left. 2-strike count. Now, Nolan Ryan with a 2-strike pitch. It is bounced out toward first base, taken by Kranepool. Ryan covering at first, gets there in time for the out that retires the side. So Ryan pitches out of the jam. A big strikeout on Gene Alley, and then getting Dock Ellis to ground out 3-1. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 walks, and 3 men left on. And the score, at the end of 2, the Mets nothing, the Pirates nothing.
You're treated like a prince, you look like a duke, you have that royal feeling. You can rest assured, you're dressed assured, your clothes are fit for a king.
This is RJ for the Soy & Squire Shop. What's the traditional look in men's suits? Not traditional past, at least not with a Bardstown suit from Soy & Squire Shop here in Johnstown. Bardstown men's suits by merit are traditional present. There's a difference, you know. Take Bardstown wide, deeply notched lapels. That's present. Or deeper center vents. That's present. Body contoured styling. And that's present. And that's Bardstown. The traditional look that never grows old. See for yourself at Sir William Squire Shop on West Main Street in Johnstown. You'll be so glad you did. WILCR AM and WILCR FM in Johnstown, New York.
We're going to the top of the third, a scoreless ball game. Dock Ellis hooked up with Nolan Ryan in the final game of this 3-game series. The Mets won the first 2. Move on from here to take on the Atlanta Braves for 2, and then to Philadelphia for 2, and then back home. In that next homestand, the Mets will play the Atlanta Braves on May 21st. That's Friday night. Also, Saturday afternoon, the 22nd, and Sunday afternoon, the 23rd. Monday is exhibition game day for the Mets at Tidewater, and then Philadelphia on Tuesday night and Wednesday night. So 5 games in that next homestand before the Mets head for the coast. First batter for the Mets, Jerry Grote, and the first pitch by Dock Ellis at called strike. Jerry was shut out last night. He was 0 for 4. He has hit in 9 of his last 11 ball games and has a .337 batting average. He's 1 for 8 against the Pirates in this series. Right-hand batter with 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Ellis back, and a changeup is inside. The count 1 ball, 1 strike. Start of the ball game, the Mets had Agee hitting over 300 at 301, Harrelson at 339, Marshall at 328, Kranepool at 324, Grote at 337. Now a pitch for a ball, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Team batting average of .275, which leads the National League. Now the 2-1 pitch to Grote. It's in the dirt, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Cleon Jones had the count at 3-0, but Dock Ellis came back to get him on the 3-2 pitch. Got him to ground out to short. Three balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch to Grote. Swung on and fouled down in the dirt. So the count goes full to 3-2. The big news before the ball game, the suspension of Gary Gentry. He was ejected from the ball game last night. He has been fined $150 and suspended for 3 days, which will mean that he will not miss his pitching turn. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch back to Grote. He takes outside ball 4, and the Mets have their first base runner. That'll bring up Tim Foli. Tim, 2 for 8 in this series, batting .275. Gary Gentry was batting last night and trying to bunt. He ducked away from a pitch that was high inside, and the umpire, Shag Crawford, said the ball hit his bat. Gentry did not agree, threw the bat down, his helmet down. First pitch to Foley is swung on and missed. And in the ensuing argument, Gentry said that Shag Crawford stepped on his foot accidentally, and he tried to move him off his foot, and that's when he touched the umpire, and from that he has been suspended 3 days. Next pitch is fouled back. The count is strike 2.
Ever happened to you, Ralph?
Right here in this city, Lindsay. I was trying to beat out a base hit at first base, and the umpire was Jocko Conlon at first base. The only time I was ever thrown out of a ball game in my career. And he called me out, and Bill Pozell, the first base coach, and I came over to argue with him, and we were standing side by side. Next pitch to Foley is swung on and missed, and he is struck out. One away, and it brings up Nolan Ryan. And Jocko tried to walk between us and was, quote, quote, accidentally stepped on. And I was ejected from the ball game along with Bill Posdell. He sent in a report to Fort Frick, who was then the president of the National League, saying that we stamped on his foot and shoved him around. I have pictures of the argument taken by photographers with my hands in my back pocket, so I would not be able to touch him. And I was suspended for 3 days. Now the first pitch to Ryan as he squares the bunt is outside ball one. But that's not the whole story. It took place on Saturday. The wire came to Forbes Field on Sunday morning. Rance Rickey, who was the general manager, did not come to the ballpark on Sundays, and his son, the Twig, opened up the wire. He opened the wire up about 10:30, and for some reason or other did not call his daddy until about 1 o'clock, just at game time. Now the pitch, inside for ball two. Well, when the word came back, they tried to get Mr. Frick to explain that the 30,000 people in the ballpark would be mighty unhappy if I didn't play, and so he said that I could play. We were playing Cincinnati at the time, and the suspension would start on Monday, a 3-day suspension, not on Sunday before the doubleheader. I hit 3 home runs in the doubleheader, and we won both games. Now, a attempted steal, a throw down to second base by Jerry Grote, and he is out. On the pitch, Ryan was swinging, and he missed the ball. So Ryan, swinging away, missed the ball, failed to make contact, and Grote is thrown out at second base. That puts the count on Ryan at 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch to the plate, swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Ryan. Swung on and missed, and Ellis has his second strikeout, both coming in this inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A walk, a man thrown out at second, and no one left on base. And the score in the middle of the third, the Mets nothing, the Pirates nothing.
Hi, Mets fans. This is P.B. Reese with a DeVoe base hit, or how to make a hit around your home base. You do it with new DeVoe Acrylic One Coat, a real winner in a house painting game. It's the Go-On Easy paint available in all the colors of the 70s style Bacelanese. Take it from Pee-wee. See your DeVoe dealer. He's the painting expert to match the right paint to the right job, so you can get professional results. Get going this spring and go DeVoe.
Serving the Mohawk Valley, Hudson Valley, Western Catskills, and the Adirondack region. This is radio station WIZR and WIZR FM in historic Charlestown, New York. And now back to more Mets baseball action. It's 10 minutes past 2.
We're going to the bottom of the third inning. The Mets nothing, the Pirates nothing, and the Pirates will have their leadoff batter, Dave Cash, to start off the third. Nolan Ryan hooked up with Dock Ellis. Only 1 base hit so far. A bloop double to right field by Bob Robertson. Dave Cash popped up the first base his first time up. He's hitting an even 300. He'll be followed by Vic Davalillo and Roberto Clemente. First pitch by Ryan, low and inside, ball 1. Ryan has struck out 3. He has walked 2, 1 intentionally, and giving up 1 base hit. He was in the jam in the second with the bases loaded and 1 out, but then struck out Gene Alley on 3 pitches. There's a high fly ball to shallow right center. Marshall coming over to make the call and the catch, 1 away. After striking out Gene Alley for the second out, he got Dock Ellis on a bouncing ball to first. Get out of that jam. That brings up Vic Davalillo, who struck out his first time up. Davalillo batting at .325. Left-hand batter. Davalillo wearing the same number as Matty Alou used to wear here when he played outfield for the Pirates. Now the pitch by Ryan. Fastball bunted foul. Pitch was off the plate inside. That's the second time Davalillo tried to bunt his way on. First time up, he also tried. Strike one count. Montreal comes in here to play the Pirates tomorrow night. Luke Walker, a left-hander, will be pitching for Pittsburgh. Carl Morton will be going for the Expos. Now pitch way inside off the glove of Grote down low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. In the National League, after 1.5 innings, San Diego 1, Chicago nothing. Cubs have won 5 in a row. Next pitch is high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Danny Coombs pitching for the Padres. He's 1-3 for the year. Bill Hands 4-4 going for Chicago. The 2-1 pitch to Davalillo. It is way inside, and it goes right on by Grote, and it counts 3 balls and 1 strike. That went up high and inside. Now at Chicago, Ron Santo is hit his 8th home run. And he has tied up that ball game with San Diego at 1-1 with the Cubs batting in the bottom of the 2nd inning. On the schedule, the Dodgers against San Francisco, and the Dodgers have lost the first 2 of their 3-game series with the Giants, and they trail the Giants by 10 games. Montreal scheduled at Cincinnati. Steve Renko pitching for Montreal. They have lost 4 in a row. Renko has a 3-2 record going this year. Ross Grimsley going for the Reds. Next pitch is high, and Davalillo walks. Third walk by Ryan. And that brings up Roberto Clemente. Clemente was struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. Phillies, who have lost 5 in a row, play Atlanta, and Rick Wise, trying to stop the losing streak, will be on the mound for the Phillies. He's 1-2. Pat Jarvis 0-4, pitching for the Braves. St. Louis, and they have won 4 in a row, will be playing at Houston. In the American League, Cleveland scheduled for a doubleheader at Yankee Stadium. The doubleheader rained out. Baltimore at Boston also rained out. At the end of 2, Detroit 2, Washington nothing. Joe Coleman Jr. pitching for Detroit. He's 3-0 for the year. Casey Cox going for Washington. He's 2-3. First pitch to Clemente is outside, ball 1. Cash and Stanley have had home runs. For Cash is 7th, for Stanley is 1st. Also scheduled Oakland at Kansas City, a doubleheader. Chicago, Minnesota, Tom Bradley pitching for the White Sox. He's 4-1 against Pete Ham, who is 0-0. Now pitch right at Clemente. He has to go down. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Milwaukee schedule against the California Angels. 2 balls, no strikes. Clemente batting, hitting at .289 for the year. No score. 1 man out, bottom half of the 3rd. Pirates with a runner at first. And the 2-0 pitch. It is hit in the air to shallow left field. Cleon Jones with a lot of time to get under it. It's up there. And he makes the catch. Davalillo back to first, and it brings up Richie Hebner. Hebner walked his first time up, so his average staying at .280. Hebner, a left-hand batter. Played straight away by the New York Mets. And Ryan with his first pitch, the runner going. The pitch taken. The throw to second base is not in time. As Harrelson takes the throw, and Davalillo slides in with a stolen base. Davalillo just beating the throw at second. That is his 2nd stolen base of the year, and the Pirates have a runner in scoring position. And the count on Richie Hebner, ball 1. Pirates are not necessarily a running club. That's only their 10th stolen base all year and 14 tries. And the next pitch, a curveball, low and inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The Mets have had 19 stolen bases and 27 attempts. 12 of them have been successful attempts by Bud Harrelson. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch back to Hebner. Hit in the air to left field. Fly ball to fairly deep left. Cleon Jones time to get to it. He's on the edge of the warning track, and he makes the catch And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. A walk, a man left at second after a stolen base. And the score at the end of 3. The Mets nothing, the Pirates nothing.
Your dollar will buy a whole lot more when you shop the Walgreens way. You'll find bargains by the store, saving every day when you shop the Walgreens way.
When today's shoppers visit a drugstore, they aren't necessarily interested in purchasing health products. Modern shoppers may have a long list of things they need, and they appreciate a store where they can find them all. A store like your Hearns Pharmacies, the affordable pharmacies on West Main Street in Johnstown, and the Arterial Shopping Plaza in Gloversville. Area shoppers have discovered a Hearns has more of what they're looking for at prices to take the strain off tired budgets.
Variety. By all means, that's Walgreens.
WIZR AM and WIZR FM in Johnstown, New York.
We're going now to the top of the 4th inning. The Mets coming up, and here for the play-by-play, Lindsey Nelson.
Thank you very much, Ralph Cannon. Hello again, everybody. It's Tommie Agee, the top of the batting order, up for the Mets here in a ball game that is scoreless in the 4th inning. The right-hand pitcher, Dock Ellis, facing right-hand batter Agee, who was up in the 1st inning and popped to short. Agee's batting average an even 300, and the pitch is high for a ball. Dock Ellis has a record of 4 wins and 3 losses. The highlight of his pitching career came last June 12th when he hurled a 2-0 shutout against the San Diego Padres that was also a no-hit performance. Here's a swing, and the ball is popped up foul back to first. Robertson's back there, and he makes the catch in the warning track. Bob Robertson retreated, got over into the warning track, and made the catch going away. So Agee has fouled out to first, and Bud Harrelson's the batter. Harrelson has been up one time, and he lined out to left as Vic Davalillo came in and made a shoestring catch to rob him. Harrelson has hit safely in 13 consecutive games. He's hit in 23 of his last 24. Batting average for the Mets shortstop is .336. That pitch is low for a ball. Harrelson was 4 for 5 last night. Both the newspapers here in Pittsburgh are on strike, so a newspaper could not be purchased this morning. There's a changeup that's low inside. Harrelson was around trying to find an out-of-town newspaper or anything else that might have the box score of last night's game. He said he wanted to see how 4 hits for him would look in a box score. That's in for a call strike. It's 2-1.
That's when you're going bad. Have a day like that and can't get it in the paper.
Can't get in there at all. This will be a 2-1 delivery. And it's low for a ball. It's 3-1. Dave Marshall waiting on deck.
What was the story, Lindsey? Didn't Lou Gehrig retire, and on the same day, or Lou Gehrig hit 4 home runs, and on the same day McGraw retired, and he didn't get in the paper?
Something like that. Here's the pitch low. It's a walk to Bud Harrelson. Yeah, there have been cases like that where individual performances went comparatively unpublicized because of more momentous things occurring on the same day. The walk given up is the second issued by Ellis. The Mets have their second base runner. The other was Grote, who was thrown out at second attempting to steal. So now it's Marshall up, 1 man out, a runner at first. The Mets still do not have a base hit off Dock Ellis. Pitch to the left-hand batter. Way outside and high. Marshall is batting .323. He grounded out second to first in the 1st inning. Off the stretch. His pitch misses low and away to Marshall. Cleon Jones has moved up on deck now for the Mets. It's a warm, sunny day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, by all odds. Weather-wise, the best day of the year for the Mets, and the Pirates say for them, too. They were on the West Coast on a trip where the weather was no bargain. Here's a 2-0 pitch with the runner going. Hit on the ground. Wide of Robertson. It's going out into right field, and on the way to third is Harrelson. And Marshall is on at first, so the New York Mets started the runner. And the ball was hit on the ground by Marshall just wide of first baseman Bob Robertson. So their runners now at first and third with one man out, and the cleanup batter, Cleon Jones, coming up. The first hit for the Mets of Dock Ellis comes with one man out in the fourth, a single by Dave Marshall. Jones has been up one time. He grounded out short to first. Marshall, by the way, keeps his hitting streak alive at 6 consecutive games. Marshall has hit in 12 of his last 13. Jones has a 5-game streak going. Starting the day, the New York Mets led the National League in team batting average with a momentous 275. That pitch is inside for a ball. The Mets also had the lowest staff earned run average starting the day, 2.35. The Mets pitching staff led the National League in strikeouts, 220. The New York Mets led the National League in doubles in the extra base hit category. Runners lead at first and third. Pitch breaks low and away.
Lindsay, to show you how times change, back in the early 30s, the Philadelphia Athletics had a team batting average of over 300 and finished dead last.
Now, this can certainly happen if you don't have the pitching to defend it. I would hate to have looked up their staff ERA for that year. There's a swing and a miss. Cleon was trying to check it, but he got it around, and it's 2-1. Bud Harrelson's the runner at third, and Dave Marshall is at first. Now again, Ellis leans in to get the sign. He has it. 2-1 to Jones. Swung on, hit in the air, back of first in foul territory. Robertson looking for a play is in the track, and he grabs the ball for the out, and Harrelson tags and holds. Robertson had 1 foot up on the rolled-up tarp. As he made the grab, he had the glove over near the top railing, and now an attendant goes down to warn the fan not to compete with the ball players who are trying to catch a foul pop like that. There was a fan who got about as close to it as Robertson did. But Jones is out on the foul pop back of first. Runners holding first and third, 2 away, and Ed Kranepool is the batter. Kranepool's batting .319 for the year. He has been up one time and grounded out to first base unassisted. There is no score in the game as the Mets are threatening here in the top half of the 4th inning. Dock Ellis steals a pitch, swung on it on the ground to third. Hebner has it. He goes across the diamond to Robertson in time, and the side is out. So there's no runs, a hit, a walk, no errors, and 2 men left. And in the middle of the 4th inning, the score is the Mets nothing and the Pirates nothing.
Are you anxious to gamble with your family's future? Are you willing to put your home up for grabs and to sign away part of your salary for a number of years? If so, there's no better way of risking just that than by false economy in buying skimpy automobile insurance with limits insufficient to protect you. If you want a good steer on car insurance, call Fields & Baxter Agency Incorporated at 762-4647. They'll show you how, for a very small amount of money, you can adjust your insurance to cover you so that if you should be caught short after an accident, your entire economic future won't be mortgaged until you've satisfied a judgment. If you want to be sure, just call Fields & Baxter Insurance Agency Incorporated at 762-4647 or stop at their conveniently located office at 14 North Market Street in Johnstown. They'll be glad to show you how little this extra protection costs and explain to you how it works to protect you and your family.
The Pittsburgh Pirates are coming up in the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's Al Oliver to lead off, the left-hand batter. He's been up one time, and he's flied out to left field. Nolan Ryan has walked 3 and struck out 3 so far today, in giving up 1 hit and allowing no runs so far. This is the getaway game of a 3-game set between the Mets and the Pirates. Breaking pitch is low for a ball. It's raining in the upper eastern seaboard today. The Yanks are rained out in New York. The Red Sox are rained out in Boston. Here's a pitch high for a ball. It's 2-0 now to Oliver, with Bob Robertson waiting on deck. Oliver batting number 5 in the Pirate batting order. Nolan Ryan, 2-0 delivery. rides high, so on 3 pitches, he's gone behind 3-0. And is in great danger of issuing another leadoff walk, as he did to Hebner in the second inning. And he does just that with a pitch high and tight. That's the 4th walk that Ryan has given up. Gives the Pirates a runner at first with nobody out and Bob Robertson coming up. He had a little pop fly double down the line in right in the second inning. Three River Stadium here in Pittsburgh, equipped with artificial turf, was open last year during the course of the season. Robertson, right-hand power hitter, in and waiting as Nolan Ryan checks the runner at first. Here's a check swing foul ball, backing out of play. It's strike one. Speaking of Gary Gentry's ejection last night and fine, General Manager Bob Sheffing of the Mets today was recalling an incident that occurred in Marty Marion's first year as a manager in the major leagues, and Marty was a rather well-disciplined and comparatively quiet fellow. Here's a pitch high and tight, and there was a play at third called by umpire Bill McGowan. And in the course of the conversation, McGowan turned to walk away from Marion, and Marion said to him, "Wait a minute, Bill," and when he did, he tapped him on the shoulder with his index finger. That cost him 103 days. The rule is don't touch the suit, or as Ralph kind of pointed out, even the feet. Here's a pitch that's high and tight for a ball. It's 2-1.
Thinking of that, Lindsay, reminds me of that famous kicking incident with Leo DeRocher and Jocko Conlon. They got in a kicking match, soccer type thing, and the only thing that Leo didn't remember was that Jocko had shin guards on.
Exactly. They were kicking each other in sort of a match of savate. That pitch is inside for a ball. And it dawned on Leo, finally, the umpire had on shin guards. He did not. 3 balls and a strike now to Bob Robertson with a runner at first. Nobody out. Plate has begun to move around on Nolan Ryan. There's a pitch high. Now he has walked Robertson, and there are runners at first and second with nobody out. We paused the station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
WILCR AM and WILCR FM in Johnstown, New York.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Ralph Cantor and Bob Murphy at Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. Mets pitching coach Rube Walker has walked slowly out to the mound to try to get Nolan Ryan settled down. Rube today is observing his 45th birthday. So I guess the birthday party will come in Atlanta, Georgia, where Rube once managed the minor league team there. Conference breaks up. Harrelson, who was in at the mound, goes back to his post at short. Manny Sanguillen steps in. He's hit safely in 12 of his last 15 ball games. He's been up one time today and was intentionally walked. He has good speed and a 298 batting average. Runners at first and second, nobody out, no score in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ryan's pitch breaks high for a ball. Sanguillen bats number 7 in the order. Gene Alley is on deck. Sanguillen looks down to Frank Osiak, primarily to see if he's taking. With Ryan behind 1-0 and having walked the 2 batters before him. That's a swing and a high pop into short right. Foli, the second baseman, retreats. Infield fly has been called. Foli makes the catch, no advance. So there's one away.
You know, Lindsay, that's just about the impossible right there. Even Ryan can't walk Sanguillen.
Sanguillen has not drawn a walk this year except for intentional walks. Gene Alley's up. He's been up one time and he's struck out. The shortstop's hitting .222. Ryan's pitch is fouled off and it's strike one. Well, if you're going to order a day for baseball, you order one like this. The umpires are working in shirt sleeves. A good many of the fans are enjoying the ball game in the comfort of a warm sunshine into shirt sleeves. Runners lead at first and second. Ryan's pitch swung on and pops up again into right center field. Now, Foley's out, but Agee's coming in. Agee makes the catch and runners hold. 2 away. Foli hustling out there. You see, the infield fly rule involves balls that can be played by infielders. And if the umpires determine, on the basis of the trajectory of the ball and position of the infielder, that it can be played by an infielder, then they invoke the infield fly rule. And when they do, the batter is automatically out no matter what happens to the baseball, and runners advance only at their own risk. Dock Ellis is up. He grounded out first base to the pitcher covering in the second inning. Left-hand batting pitcher. Ryan's pitch in there for a called strike. Dock Ellis is not an automatic out at the plate by any manner of means. He swings a pretty tough bat for a pitcher. He's had 4 hits this year. He's hitting .250. Runners lead first and second. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Ryan got it in the strike zone in close to Dock Ellis. Al Oliver's the runner at second. Bob Robertson's the runner at first. Ryan sets up. Deals a pitch. Swung it on the ground to short. A big hop to Harrelson. He's going to go across the diamond to first in time. Ellis has grounded out short to first. The side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 walks, 2 left. And at the end of 4 full innings of play, the score is Mets nothing and the Pirates nothing.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's sound advice. So a Robin Gas is new in this area. Try them all. If the service varies, there must be a reason. Service can only be given on what the customer demands. You, as the customer, will say what the Robin station should offer. Then rest assured that this type of service will be extended every time you drive into a Robin gas station. The Robin people are very proud of all their dealers, and proud especially of the kind of service they are giving. Almost everywhere you look these days, you'll see a new Robin station, all bright and shiny, and ready to service your car in the best and most economical way possible. Visit one of these Robin stations the next time you are in their area. In Perth, it's Marv Bross on Route 30, Marcione's on Riverside Drive in Fultonville, Dottie's at 150 Canal Street in Fort Blaine, and in Hagedorn Mills, look for the Robin sign with Ed Hill's name. No matter where you're going in this area, Robin is there waiting. WIZR AM and WIZR FM in Johnstown, New York.
Through 4 innings of play here at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's the New York Mets, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. The Pirates, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Dock Ellis against Nolan Ryan. Bob Aspromonte will be leading off for the New York Mets. Out at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Larry Stahl has hit a 3-run homer for the San Diego Padres, his 3rd of the year. It is a 4-run 3rd inning for San Diego, so going to the bottom of the 3rd, the Padres lead the Cubs by a score of 5-1. Danny Coombs against Bill Hand. It is the first of 2. At Cincinnati, Steve Rinko is warming up for Montreal. He's 3-2, and Ross Grimsley, just brought up by Cincinnati, is warming up for the Reds. He has no won or lost record. Aspromonte's in and waiting. He's been up 1 time, and he grounded out second to first. The pitch by Dock Ellis is high, and it's a little tight. It's 1-0. Jerry Grote is on deck. 1-0 pitch. Hit on the ground. Back to the box. Backhanded to second and up empty. A second baseman Cash on out into center field. And Al Oliver up with it. Plays it back. It's a base hit for Aspromonte. Was right back through the box, and Dock Ellis had a stab at it. Behind the bag at second, Cash went down with the backhand stab. He came up empty as the ball rolled on through the center field. The second hit of the day for the Mets off Dock Ellis. It's a leadoff single here in the 5th inning. Brings up Grote, who's been up 1 time and drew a walk. Grote is batting .337. Ellis taking a long time to get the sign. Now sets as Astro leads at first. Pitch out. Nothing on. Oh, it's figured that the Mets just might be playing hit and run. It's 1-0. Tim Foli is on deck. Grote bats number 7 in the Met order. The Mets nothing, the Pirates nothing in the 5th. Ground ball to short, could be 2. Alley goes to Cash. There's 1. On to Robertson, there's 2. A double play. Two men out, nobody on base as Grote bounced into a double play short to second to first, alley to Cash to Robertson. That brings up Foli, who's been up one time and struck out. In Washington, midway of the fourth inning, the Tigers lead the Senators 4-0. Joe Coleman against Casey Cox. Lead by Jim Skellen back in the fourth inning. There's a swing and a ground ball to short, taken there by Alley, played across to first, and the Mets are out in the fifth inning. No runs are hit, no errors, and none left. In the middle of the fifth, the score is Mets nothing, Pirates nothing.
Big, beautiful, and hotter than ever. The big one for 71 is Triumph from Ken Anson's Tri-Still Cycle Shop just off the Stoner Trail Road, Triumph Hill. Triumph has always been the bike for the rider with big ideas. Big ideas on what should go into a bike and what he should get out of it. Now, for 1971, Triumph gives you more advantages than ever, whether on the road or off. Starting with a hotter-than-ever Bonneville 650 and right through to the biggest of the big, the Trident 750. You'll see innovations everywhere, from handlebars to exhaust. Some big features of the 71 Triumphs include improved, lighter-weight forks, an all-new frame that eliminates your oil tank and uses spine to hold oil, save weight, and cooling. And an improved lighter-weight brake system, internally adjustable and made of lightweight alloy. If you like to think big, think Triumph at Tri-Still Cycle Shop, Stoner Trail Road, Tribes Hill. WILCR AM and WILCR FM in Jonestown, New York.
The Pirates bat in the fifth inning with Dave Cash to lead off. He has popped to first and slide to right so far, right-hand batter, facing Nolan Ryan. Warm-ups in Kansas City for the Oakland Athletics, Chuck Dobson. He's 1-0. For the Kansas City Royals, Dick Drago. He has won 4 and lost 1. Out at Minnesota at the end of an inning, the White Sox nothing, the Twins nothing. Tom Bradley 4-1 for the White Sox. Pete Ham, no record for Minnesota. Middle of the first inning in Atlanta, the Phillies nothing, the Braves coming to bat. Rick Wise 1-2 for the Phils. Pat Jarvis 0-4 for Atlanta. No score here as Ryan deals to Cash. In for a call strike, Cash shortened up his other bunt and took the pitch in the strike zone. Vic Davalillo is on deck. Ryan's pitch fouled off, right off the handle to the right side out of play. 2 strikes to Cash. We'll be on the air tomorrow night from Atlanta, Georgia at 8 p.m. It'll be Tom Seaver for the New York Mets tomorrow night and George Stone, a left-hander, going for the Atlanta Braves. Jim McAndrew goes Tuesday night for the Mets against either Mike McQueen or Jim Nash. There's a swing and a foul ball to the right side out of play. The Mets have 2 in Atlanta, 2 in Philadelphia before coming home to Shea Stadium next Friday night against the Atlanta Braves. It'll be a weekend set against the Braves, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. 0-2 pitch. On tight. It's 1-2 to Cash. Cash batting .297. Ryan's breaking pitch rides high, so it's 2-2. Both the Mets and the Pirates, of course, are in the Eastern Division of the National League. So during the course of the season, the Mets make 3 trips to Pittsburgh, and the Pirates make 3 trips to New York. Pirates have already been to New York once. This is the Mets' first trip to Pittsburgh. There's a swing and a foul ball down the right field line out of play. Way down to the bullpen corner. It's 2-2. In the case of teams in the Western Division, 2 trips are involved, so the Mets will be moving into Atlanta after this game today, have 2 games there, and then later on in the season they go back to Atlanta for 4 games, and that's it. 2-2 pitch. Fastball fouled off, and the count holds 2-2. Ryan walking around the infield, off the mound, rubbing up the ball. Deals a pitch. Inside, and the count is full at 3-2 to Dave Cash. Cash trying to work out a base on balls as Ryan has struck out 3 and walked 5 so far. Here's a payoff pitch. He walked him. That is the 6th walk issued by Ryan. And it brings up Vic Davalillo, who has struck out and walked so far. That is the 3rd time in 5 innings that Ryan has walked the leadoff batter. Kranepool over the hole against the runner, Dave Cash. He has excellent speed. No score in this game. Pitch is swung on. Tipped back into the glove of Grote for a strike. A full swing. Aspromonte had moved up at third base on the pitch. It's 0-1. Through 3 full innings now out in Chicago. It's San Diego 5 and the Cubs 1. Ryan's pitch misses high and away, so it's 1-1. Very little wind here at Three Rivers Stadium today. There's a 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled off to the left side into the lower field boxes and out of play. Runs the count to Vic Davalillo now of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Willie Stargell is not in the lineup today. Big left-hand batter last night. The swing and miss and aggravated an injury that had bothered him earlier to the tendon leading to the thumb in the right hand. So tendonitis has him sidelined again today. There's a swing, a ground ball to Kranepool. He goes across to Harrelson. There's one. The throw back to Kranepool. And the runner is safe as Kranepool came off the bag. And the argument is with the first base umpire, Dave Davidson. The Mets think Kranepool had a foot on the bag. Davidson says he did not. Kranepool tumbled down into the dirt as he scrambled back to take the throw. So it's simply a 3-6 fourth. The base runner becomes Davalillo, who had a stolen base in the 3rd inning. And now Roberto Clemente is coming up. Clemente has struck out and flied out. As Ralph Kiner pointed out, the Pittsburgh Pirates are not a particularly well-known running ball club. Many clubs feel that they can run on Nolan Ryan. They feel that his deliberate style of ridding himself of the baseball allows a base runner to get a good jump at first. Now Davalillo takes the lead. Kranepool holds against him there. Roberto Clemente, batting number 3 in the order, in and waiting. Now Ryan steps off. Clemente did not play in last night's game except for a late pinch hitting appearance. Breaking pitches in for a called strike to Clemente. There are many aging baseball stars who do not play day games following night games. Manager Danny Murtaugh did it a little differently with Clemente. He gave him last night off and then brought him back this afternoon. Fastball is fouled off. Into the seats and out of play. It's strike 2. With the Pirates batting in the bottom of the 5th, it's the Mets nothing and the Pirates nothing. Davalillo takes his lead. Here's a swing and a foul ball. Davalillo bluffed the start. Two strike counts to Roberto Clemente, followed by Richie Hebner in the Pirate batting order. Jerry Grote, the Mets catcher, flashes a sign. Runner bluffs, and the pitch is way outside. 1-2 to Clemente. He looks down now to Frank Osiak, the sign man's third, to see if anything is on. It might very well be. No score in the game. One man out. Davalillo with good speed, the runner at first. He's bluff starts on the last two pitches. There he goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. So to second, and he is safe as the ball rolls away from shortstop Harrelson. Davalillo went in there, and Harrelson sort of tumbled over him to grab the baseball, and suddenly the baseball came out of the stack, indicating that Davalillo had a lot to do with that, but he is safe with his second stolen base, his third of the year. Clemente, of course, swung and missed for a strikeout. That's the fourth strikeout for Ryan. 2 power away with a runner at second now, and Hebner coming up. Time has been called to allow base runner Vic Davalillo. Get a little of the dirt off of him back there, back of second. Grote's throw in each case on Davalillo running has been right on the bag at second base. Ryan's pitch swung on and lined into center field. That should score a run. Davalillo around third, and he's coming home, and the Pirates are out front by a score of 1-0. Richie Hebner with a single to center field. So it's the Pittsburgh Pirates who have broken the ice with 2 men out here in the bottom of the fifth to take a 1-0 lead. Hebner's on at first, and Al Oliver is up. He slid to left and walked so far. That ball was laced solidly into center by Hebner. Ryan's pitch to the left-hand batter is inside low for a ball. That was the second hit for the Pirates off Ryan. Here's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Bob Robertson follows Oliver in the batting order for the Pirates. 1-1 delivery. Swung on it in the air, foul to the left side, drifting off into the lower field boxes deeply and out of play. 1-2. Be a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to center, and Agee has it lined up. Tommie Agee makes the catch to the line drive. So the side is out, but the Pirates got a run. On a hit, there was a walk, a forced play, no errors, and 1 man left. The end of 5 full innings of play. Score is Pittsburgh Pirates 1 and the New York Mets nothing.
Take the family out to eat tonight. It's a treat they won't forget. And be sure to bring your appetite. We're expecting you. Your table is set.
Say, have you gotten the rainbow habit yet? Well, lots of folks in this area have. The habit of calling on the Rainbow Restaurant in Johnstown for everything from a simple lunch to a beautiful wedding reception or other special party. That's just how versatile the Rainbow is. Order your favorite sandwich, a specially prepared full dinner, or plan an exquisite party for some special occasion, large or small, formal or casual. Well, that's the Rainbow Restaurant. You know, they're famous for their fine food and service. You get the Rainbow habit today. You'll be so glad you did.
Give your family a treat. Take them out to eat.
And just so I don't forget the name of that restaurant, hey, fella, give me that name one more time.
Well, the Rainbow Restaurant in Johnstown.
As the New York Mets come up in the 6th inning, they trail by a run. And it will be pitcher Nolan Ryan to lead off. He's been up 1 time and he struck out. Dock Ellis has limited the Mets to no runs and only 2 hits. He has struck out 2 and walked 2. Tomorrow night, Tom Seaver against George Stone in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll bring you radio coverage at 8 p.m. New York time. We'll be broadcasting and televising back to New York on Tuesday night. Agee and Harrelson scheduled up in this inning for the New Yorkers. Dock Ellis with a pitch that is low for a ball. You know, when professional baseball men speak of the great third baseman, they measure them by Pie Traynor, who played here in Pittsburgh. Here's a swing and a miss. Pie has been ill of late, but he does commercials on a wrestling show on the local television station. He's back at work, feeling much better, and apparently on the road back to good health. Pie Traynor. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Pitch swung on and missed. That's the third strikeout for Ellis. Two of them have been Nolan Ryan. Now Tommie Agee has popped to short and fouled out back of first. 18,968. Paid attendance here today is 18,968. 18,968 paid at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh this Sunday afternoon. Breaking pitches in for a called strike. We have the warm-ups now down in Houston. Jerry Royce for the Cardinals and Larry Dierker for Houston. Royce is 4-3. Dierker's 5-1. That time tied for a ball. It's 1-1. One man out, nobody on base, and the Pirates leading by a score of 1-0. And it's out of play. So it's 1-2 now to Agee. Dock Ellis has been tough on the mound today. New York Mets threatened in the fourth inning when Harrelson drew a walk with one out, and Dave Marshall delivered a base hit with a runner going, sending Harrelson to third. But then Jones fouled out and Kranepool grounded out. This is a 1-2 delivery to Agee. Let up, and it pops up. Off the line at third in foul territory. Hebner shades his eyes and makes the catch. So there are two men out, and Bud Harrelson is the batter. He lined out to left with Vic Davalillo turning in a shoestring grab in the first inning. He walked in the fourth. Harrelson brought a 13-game hitting streak into today's game, and he's hit safely in 23 of 24. Bud is batting .336 for the season. That's in for a called strike. Dave Marshall is on deck. Ellis wants Sanguillen to start the sign for him again. Deals a pitch in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. John Kibler is the umpire behind the plate. Delivery. Breaks low, and it's 2-1 now to Harrelson. Ellis into the motion. Sets up inside, and it goes to 3 balls and a strike now to Bud Harrelson. He started the day with an on-base percentage of 44%. Fouled it off. Two men out with nobody on base, and the Pirates leading by a score of 1-0. It off, right off his ankle. Umpire John Kibler retrieves the ball. Outfield defense of the Pirates is swung around toward left, playing Harrelson to punch the ball to the opposite field. John Ellis delivers. Lets up, and it's fouled off. The hits are all even at 2 each. The pitch to Bud Harrelson. It's low, and the count's full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's 3-2 to Harrelson. This will be a payoff pitch, and it's on the way. Hit on the ground, back to the mound, taken there by Ellis. He placed the first in time. So the starters retired in order, nothing across. And in the middle of the 6th inning, the score is the Pittsburgh Pirates 1 and the New York Mets nothing.
Hi, this is Pete Wilson. The boys at Howell and Pearson figure it your way when it comes to economy cars. We figure that just because you want economy, you shouldn't have to settle for a mini car. We've got Dodge Dart Demon, the sassy little devil that saves like a mini car. Yet Dart Demon holds 5 adults and all their luggage. In fact, Dart Demon has more trunk room than a Chevy Nova. And its 108-inch wheelbase is long enough for a stable ride, but small enough for easy parking. You can see the Dart Demon at Howell and Pearson. Dart Demon's standard 6 or V8 engine takes you a long way on regular gas, too. See the Dodge boys and their Dart Demon, the economy car that's not a mini car, but saves like one. And it is devilishly fun to drive. It's another way the Dodge boys figure it your way. Dodge Dart Demon at Howell and Pearson. Thank you.
Pittsburgh Pirates have a 1-run lead as they come up here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's Bob Robertson to lead off. He has doubled and he's walked so far. Nolan Ryan has been in all the way for the Mets. He has struck out 4 and walked 6 and allowing 1 run on 2 hits. Ryan's pitch to Robertson, low for a ball. Delivery. Rides high, so it's 2-0. Manny Sanguillen is on deck. Ryan offers 2-0. Swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Offering. Inside, he goes behind 3-1. San Diego Padres have picked up 2 more runs in the 4th inning, so going to the bottom of the 4th at Wrigley Field in Chicago, it's the Padres 7 and the Chicago Cubs 1. Cubs had a 5-game winning streak starting the day. Here's a swing and a ground ball to short. Harrelson deep with a long throw across in the dirt and past Kranepool. Bounds on up past the rolled up top, and second base is awarded to Robertson. It is an error charged against Bud Harrelson. His throw was low. It was in the dirt and on by Kranepool. We pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
WYLCR AM and WYLCR FM in Johnstown, New York.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Bob Murphy and Ralph Kiner in Pittsburgh. Keep an average monthly balance of $500 and you can have a free personal checking account at Chase Manhattan. Visit your friend at Chase. Sanguillen is up. Right-hand batter. Breaking pitches in there for a called strike. Sanguillen has walked and popped to second so far. He was intentionally passed in the 2nd inning. Nobody out and a runner at second on Harrelson's error. There's a swing and a looper out into short right. It's going to be in for a base hit. Robinson around third. He's coming home. Marshall's throw to the plate. And he's safe sliding in at the plate for the Pirates' second run. Sanguillen holds it first with a single to right. Pittsburgh 2 and the New York Mets nothing. That will bring up Gene Alley.
Just looped out into right field. Marshall's throw came all the way in, but it was not close at the plate as Robertson came sliding in across the dish. Sanguillen made no effort to advance on the throw to the plate. Nobody out. Pirates batting in the bottom of the sixth inning. Swinging a foul ball, backing out of play. It's strike one. Sets up. There's a swing, the ground ball is short. Harrelson has it. He goes to Foli for one. The throw on to Kranepool in time. A double play that goes Harrelson, Foli, Kranepool, 6-4-3.
Two men out, nobody on base, and the pitcher, Dock Ellis, is coming up. He's grounded out first base to the pitcher covering and short to first, 0 for 2. The left-hand batter, hitting .235 for the year. Here's a swing and a ground ball to short. Harrelson gets a big hop, lays it across to first in time, and the side is out. But the Pirates picked up another run on a hit and error, and nobody left. The end of 6 full innings of play. The score is the Pirates 2 and the Mets nothing.
Furniture shopping? Make it a merry month of May by shopping and saving at SB Tours of Broadalbin. It's their 63rd anniversary sale, and you're invited to help yourself to a slice of the savings. During the entire month of May, SB Tours offers you savings of up to 1/3 on all your furniture needs. And as you know, SB Tours sells only top-of-the-line quality furniture. So if you need a new dining room, living room suite, new furniture for the bedroom, lamps, tables, all kinds of accessories, then you need SB Tours of Broadalbin. If you've planned a wedding in your future, what better time to buy and save up to 1/3? So help yourself to a slice of the savings this month at SB Tours. After all, if they've been in business for 63 years, they must be doing something right.
WILCR AM and WILCR FM in Johnstown, New York.
The Pittsburgh Pirates have a 2-run lead as the New York Mets come up in the 7th inning, and coming in here for the play-by-play, Bob Murphy.
Okay, Lindsay, in the 7th, the Mets will have the heart of the batting order trying to get something working against Dock Ellis. Dave Marshall, batting third in the order, has 1 for 3. And 1 of 2 hits given up by Dock Ellis. The other was a single to center by Bob Aspromonte. So Dock Ellis, one of the better right-handers in the National League, has certainly had his stuff going here today. Cleon Jones on deck, and then Eddie Kranepool. And a call strike on the inside corner of the letters. Tomorrow night, Tom Seaver will square off against the Atlanta Braves. And Jim McAndrew faces Atlanta on Tuesday night. And a smack up the middle by Dave Marshall, a base hit. So Marshall, who has been wielding a red-hot bat, has his second hit. Dave was hitting .333 before he singled. Each team now has 3 hits in the game. The Pirates lead 2-0, and Cleon Jones comes up. Cleon has bounced to short and fouled out to first, 0 for 2. This year, Dock Ellis has won 4 and lost 3. He pitched a brilliant game in New York, but lost to Tom Seaver 1-0. Glenn Dunnan won that game with a home run. And it's taken high, 1 ball and no strikes. Eddie Yost coaching at third, Yogi Berra at first. And a ground ball hit down to third. Hebner throws to Cash for 1 on to first. Not in time. Cleon using his speed to break up the double play. In the Stanley Cup playoffs in the first period, Montreal won and the Chicago Blackhawks won. One out and one on. Eddie Kranepool batting for the third time. Eddie has grounded to first base and bounced out to third base. Eddie Kranepool hitting at .315. Now Dock Ellis off the stretch. Here's the pitch. And it's over at the knees for a call strike. Ellis has worked ahead of the batters consistently through the game. He has walked only 2 and struck out 3. Pirates playing Kranepool straight away in the infield. And a fastball in, a call strike. And Dock Ellis quickly has a 2-strike advantage. Bob Robertson holding against Cleon Jones. Gene Alley shaded maybe a stride toward the middle of the diamond. Here's the pitch. And a foul back into the crowd behind the third base dugout. The Pirates, the home team, chose to occupy the first base dugout. No place to hide at the dugouts in this new stadium. The floor of the dugout is the ground level. And the pitch on the way. High, outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So if a foul ball comes over into that dugout, you can't duck down and let it go over your head. You've got to go one side or the other. The Mets trail 2-0. We're in the top of the 7th. Now Dock Ellis up into pitching position. Kicks the leg, delivers, and a drive foul down the left field line and into the crowd. Tom Seaver pitches tomorrow night. Tom has pitched very well against the Atlanta Braves. He's pitched well against everybody, but has been particularly effective against the Braves, which is interesting because it puts him up against the great home run hitter, Henry Aaron, who Tom openly says is his idol in baseball and always has been. The 1-2 delivery and a high foul fly down the right field line toward the Pirate bullpen and out of play. We'll be getting our first look at rookie outfielder Ralph Garr. We saw him briefly in spring training. Garr has been leading the National League in batting almost since opening day. He came out of Grambling College and broke many of Tommie Agee's school records there. Pitching 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Dock Ellis with a fastball, fanning Kranepool. His 4th strikeout. Bob Aspromonte singled to center his last time up. Bob has 1 for 2. Aspromonte hitting at .257. Bob has already driven in more runs this year than he drove in all of last season with Atlanta. He was not used a great deal last year. Inside, ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Slow ground ball, trickling foul down toward third base coach Eddie Yost. 1 ball, 1 strike. The paid crowd today of 18,968. We've had beautiful weather for this important 3-game series. The Mets won the first game 8-2, won last night 9-5, and today they are trailing 2-0. The 1-1 delivery, and a ground ball right at second baseman Cash. He flips to Alley for the 4th play. The side retires. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 6.5 innings, 7th inning stretch time for the Pirates fans, it's Pittsburgh 2 and New York 0. Well, here's a date for all of you youngsters, boys and girls, to mark down on your Mets baseball calendar. June the 19th. June 19th has been designated as Batting Helmet Day at Shea Stadium this year. It's a Saturday afternoon, and the Mets are playing the Philadelphia Phillies, with the game starting at 2:15. So all boys and girls 16 and under attending the game that day will receive a handsome facsimile of the Mets Royal Blue batting helmet. You don't have to worry about the size of the helmet, because the helmet contains an adjustable strap which will ensure you a proper fit. This has certainly been one of the real popular days of the entire home schedule, and we suggest you plan well in advance. And the date again is Saturday, June 19th. The Mets are playing the Phillies in a single afternoon game starting at 2:15. So be sure you don't get shut out and make your ticket plans right away. In the home seventh, leadoff batter Dave Cash is up against Nolan Ryan. Cash 0 for 2, last time at bat, drew a walk. Nolan Ryan has walked 6, struck out 4, allowed 2 runs, 3 hits. And a fly ball well hit to right center, giving chase to it is Tommie Agee, and he's got it. Tommie Agee running it down on the warning track, catching it over his shoulder. The last moment, Tommie still had time to tap that glove before he made the grab. The ball well hit by Dave Cash. Agee caught it on the warning track. I think he accidentally, when he hit the wall or bounced off of it to slow himself down, he accidentally opened the door out there. Mudcat Grant is on call now in the Pirate bullpen. Vic Davalillo comes on to hit. Davalillo has struck out, drawn a walk, and scored one of the 2 runs. He reached on a force play and then helped build the run when he stole second. And he came in to score on a base hit by Richie Hebner. They give Tommie Agee a big hand for going over and closing that door in the outfield fence. Doug McGraw starts to loosen up for the New York Mets. The Pirates got 1 run in the 5th inning, which was earned, and they scored an unearned run in the 6th inning. The batter is Vic Davalillo. And the pitch by Nolan Ryan. Breaking ball, he held up on it. Grote asked about it, and it is a strike. John Kibler checking with Shag Crawford, the umpire at third. So Grote's alertness pays off in the form of a strike. Around comes the arm of Nolan Ryan and a high fly ball to center field. Tommie Agee, just walking back about 3 steps, takes it for the out. So 2 up and 2 set aside in the Pirates' 7th inning. It brings up the number 3 hitter, Roberto Clemente. Roberto is 0 for 3, has struck out twice and flied to left. Clemente hitting .285. First week of the season in New York, when Gary Gentry threw a 1-hitter at the Pirates, Clemente had the only hit, a 3-base hit. Gary suspended for 3 days and fined $150 for being thrown out of the game last night. Gary says, regardless of what the umpire says, he did not push it. Inside, ball 1. The umpire was Shag Crawford. And Gary says that Crawford accidentally stepped on his foot. And there's a hole in his shoe to prove it. And it was just a reflex action on his part to get him off of his foot because it hurt. And Crawford thought he had been pushed. The 1-0 delivery is high, and Clemente takes it. 2 balls and no strikes. Next pitch by Nolan Ryan. Outside, he goes behind on Roberto Clemente, 3-0. Doug McGraw working easily in the bullpen. Getting ready now in case Gill has to put up a pinch hitter. And a ground ball bounced toward short on 3-0, taken by Harrelson. Thrown to Kranepool, the side is out. So Roberto was hitting the 3-0 delivery, and he grounds out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. At the end of 7 in Pittsburgh, the Pirates 2 and the New York Mets nothing.
This is Pee Wee Reese, fans. When you want a winner in house paint, get the Big League brand. Go DeVoe. DeVoe has a lineup of colors for the 70s style Barcelones that just can't be beat. Whatever kind of paint you need, interior or exterior, you're safe at home when you go DeVoe. Remember now, for the answer to all your painting needs, see your DeVoe paint dealer. He'll show you the DeVoe finish that's right for you. And tell him Pee-wee sent you.
Have more fun without a doubt. Upstairs, downstairs, indoors or out.
This is the station you listen to most.
Wherever you go, we're your musical host. So take a lively companion wherever you go. Take a portable radio. Take a portable radio.
WILCR AM and WILCR FM in Jonestown, New York.
Doug McGraw goes to work seriously in the bullpen now because the bottom third of the order hits here in the eighth inning with New York behind 2-0. Jerry Grote will lead off, and then Tim Foli, followed by a pinch hitter. Unless, of course, Grote and Foli combined should tie this ball game up. For the fourth straight start, Nolan Ryan has not given up over 3 base hits. And a foul ball back against the screen. Ryan giving up a fantastically small number of hits compared to innings pitched. Here's the pitch by Dock Ellis. Curve in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jerry Grote. Jerry has drawn a walk, hit into a double play. 0-1. Jerry Grote batting .333. Punched foul back into the crowd. Bob Beal gets up in the Pirate bullpen. Mudcat Grant had been working earlier. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And a smash to short taken on 1 hop by Gene Alley. Slingshot across the diamond to Bob Robertson, 1 away. 1 away, the hitter is Tim Foli. Tim is struck out and bounced to short. The Mets have been held to 3 hits. Dave Marshall has 2 of the 3. And Bob Aspromonte has the other. The people of Rheingold remind you, a beautiful America is up to you, so please don't litter. Lined hard into left field, a base hit by Tim Foli. The ball is going into the corner. Foli is on his way to second, and he cruises in standing up with a double. Tim Foli is hitting the ball hard. He's had 15 hits this year, and 9 of the 15 have been extra base hits. For Tim Foli, that is his 7th double. Art Shamsky will bat for Nolan Ryan. Art has been used very little. He started the season but was in a batting slump. The Mets have been winning every day, and you don't change a winning combination. Also, Art has had a virus that has had him bogged down a bit. But you can bet before this year is over, he'll play a lot of ball games, as will Clendenin. They were the 2 top hitters on the club a year ago. Here's the pitch on the way. Inside and low, ball 1. The Mets trail by a score of 2-0. A double by Foli, the first extra base hit for the Mets today, and the 4th hit off Dock Ellis. And a fly ball looped into short center field. Alley, the shortstop, goes back and makes the catch. Gene Alley scampering into shallow center field. Retires Shamsky, 2 men away, and Tommie Agee will hit. Doug McGraw will be on to pitch the bottom half of the 8th. Tommie Agee has popped to short and twice fouled out in the game, 0-3. Tommie hitting .292. He started the game just a little over 300. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Tim Foli leading off second. Mets would love to pick up this run if they can and get that much closer. Inside to Agee, 1 ball and 1 strike. Dock Ellis bidding for his 5th win of the year. Last year he won 13 for the Pirates. He also pitched a no-hitter against the San Diego Padres. The 1-1 delivery. And a ground ball hit through the middle. A base hit by Tommie Agee. Foli around third is racing home. The throw will be cut off. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Big hit for Tommie Agee, a 2-out single. For Tommie, his 14th run batted in. And Agee is on first, representing the tying run. The batter is Bud Harrelson. Buddy has a 13-game hitting streak in jeopardy. He hit one that should have been a base hit his first time up, but the left fielder, Davalillo, was playing him over toward the line like he'd play a right-hand pull hitter, and he was able to pick it off. Since then, Bud has walked, bounced out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Dave Marshall is the on-deck hitter. Dave Justy and Bob Field getting ready in the Pirate bullpen. And a ground ball flagged down by Dock Ellis. He throws to first, and the side is out. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on.
After 7 1/2 innings, the Pirates 2 and the Mets 1. 9, 8. Ignition sequence start. The start
Of the news from the world desk.
2, 1, 0. Launch commit. Liftoff. We have liftoff.
The sound of an Apollo launch from Cape Kennedy and from Moscow. A report on the Soviet space effort from Peter J. Shaw.
Scientific sources say salute is the start of a complex project to build a manned station.
That sounds more like an uptight rattlesnake than an M16 rifle, but it looks real enough to make the reporting a protest against the war from Capitol Hill. And from Vietnam, the sound of the real thing. Vietnam, Cape Kennedy, Washington, Moscow. Just a few of the datelines for news you will hear right here. I'm Tom Wendell. I'll be bringing you news from around the world and here at home. From the World Desk of United Press International.
WILCR AM and WILCR FM in Jonestown, New York.
Doug McGraw is now pitching for the Mets in the last of the 8th inning. Nolan Ryan, superb again. In 7 innings, he allowed 2 runs. He gave up only 3 hits. Nolan walked 6. Only one of the 6 hurt him. A walk he gave out to Dave Cash in the 5th inning. And he struck out 4. So Ryan has made 4 starts this year. And in the 4 starts, not once has he given up over 3 base hits. Richie Hebner will be the leadoff batter in the last of the 8th inning. Doug McGraw making his 10th appearance of the year. Doug has won 3 and saved 2 already. And Doug has an absolutely fantastic earned run average. 0.3, a third of a run per 9 innings. Richie Hebner moved into the cleanup spot by Danny Murtaugh today, and he responded in the 5th inning when he singled to center with 2 down to bring home the first Pirate run. The second Pirate run was unearned. The windup by McGraw and the pitch to Hebner. Line drive, base hit to center field. Hebner on base for the 3rd time. Clean single to center. Now Al Oliver coming up. San Diego leading the Cubs 7-2 at the end of 5 in the first game of a doubleheader. Montreal leading Cincinnati 5-0 after 2.5. They look for the bunt. He squares around, doesn't offer. It's outside and low, ball 1. Al Oliver had a long fly to left caught by Cleon. He walked and he flied to center, nothing for 2. McGraw checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Full swing and a foul just outside the bag at third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cincinnati brought up Ross Grimsley, young pitcher who got off to a great start at Indianapolis and gave him a start today against Montreal. But Grimsley was knocked out in the second, and Cloninger came in. Willie Montanez having quite a rookie year for the Phillies. He hit his 7th home run today. Phillies and Braves tied 1-1 at the end of 4. The 1-1 pitch, he turns around, bunts foul back over the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Al Oliver. St. Louis underway at Houston now. The Cardinals did not score off Larry Dierker in the first inning. Dierker 5-1. His only setback came at the hands of the New York Mets. McGraw with a count of 1-2. And the pitch. Ground ball bounced toward the middle. Base hit to center field. Hebner around second is racing to third. No play for him. And the Pirates have runners at first and third. And the 2 left-hand hitters put Tug McGraw in a hole with back-to-back singles. Bob Robertson, the slugging first baseman, comes up. Taylor, who has that happy facility for getting ready in a big hurry, starts to one out quickly. The infield is drawn in. McGraw checks the runners at first and third. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. In the American League today, the Yankees had their big doubleheader with Cleveland rained out, and Baltimore at Boston was rained out. Detroit and Washington tied 4-4 in the 7th inning. The pitch to Bob Robertson. Hit deep to left field, back toward the wall, and it hits against the base of the wall for an extra base hit. Hebner scores. Oliver to third, Robertson to second. For the first time this year, Tug McGraw has been hit hard. 3 hits in a row. The batter is Manny Sanguillen. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Sanguillen has 1 for 2 and an intentional walk. He will draw his second intentional walk right here. The Mets will load the bases and have a play at any base. And Gene Alley will be coming up. This ball, 2, thrown outside intentionally. Oakland and Kansas City tied 1-1 in the 3rd inning. And the White Sox lead Minnesota 1-0 at the end of 5. The intentional walk to Manny Sanguillen. The bases are loaded. Pirates with a chance to break the game wide open. They now lead 3-1. We're in the last of the 8th inning, and they have the bases loaded, nobody out. Gene Alley, the shortstop hitting 8th, has struck out, skied to center, hit into a double play. The infield playing tight on the edge of the carpet. McGraw into his windup. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Tug getting his sign from Grote. Al Oliver, the lead runner, on third. Bob Robertson on second. Manny Sanguillen on first. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ron Taylor warming in a hurry in the bullpen. In the Pirate bullpen, everybody leans on the top of the fence to watch. Now McGraw is ready. Fouled down the right field line. It was hit hard by Gene Alley. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One run is in. The Pirates increasing their lead to 3-1. The bases loaded, nobody out. Now McGraw checks Oliver, the lead runner, at third. Around comes the arm. It is swung on and missed. Strike 3 gets away from Grote. A run will score. first base occupied. Alley is out. But a run comes in on a strikeout, and it'll be a wild pitch. Breaking ball by McGraw that badly fooled Gene Alley. The Pirates have another run home. Right here, we pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
WILCR AM and WILCR FM in Johnstown, New York.
Bob Murphy with Ralph Kiner and Lindsey Nelson. Pittsburgh now leading 4-1 in the last of the 8th inning, and Dock Ellis is up against Tug McGraw. Swing and a miss, strike one. Well, McGraw struck out Alley, but he did so with a big curveball that hit in the dirt and bounded away from Jerry Grote. Oliver came down the line to score. Robertson went to third and Sanguillen to second. Dock Ellis, a switch hitter, batting right against Tug McGraw. Now the windup and the pitch on the way. A pitch out. Nothing was happening, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. With Dock Ellis, the pitcher, at the plate, Grote thought perhaps they might be trying to squeeze another run home. Now Tug checks the runner at third. Here's the pitch on the way. True ball that misses. 2 balls and a strike. Again, the Mets have the infield in tight, trying to head off a run at the plate. But anytime you bring your infield in, you give the advantage to the hitter. The count is 2-1 on Dock Ellis. And the pitch by Tug McGraw. The squeeze is on. He pops the ball in the air. It is taken by Kranepool, thrown to third. Double play on the side is out. The suicide squeeze play was on, but the pitcher, Ellis, popped it up. Kranepool caught it and then threw to third to double up Bob Robertson. So the side is out in the last of the 8th inning, but the Pirates scored 2 runs. There were 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Now, at the end of 8 innings, it's the Pirates 4 and the New York Mets 1.
9. Ignition sequence start. 5.
The sound of the news from
3,
the World Desk.
2, 1, 0. Launch commit. Liftoff. We have liftoff with Apollo.
The sound of an Apollo launch at Cape Kennedy. And from Moscow, a report on the Soviet space effort by Peter J. Shaw.
Scientific sources say Salute is the start of a complex project to build a manned station.
That sounds more like an uptight rattlesnake than an M16 rifle, but it looks
5
real enough.
Chamberlain reporting a protest against the war from Capitol Hill. And from Vietnam, the sound of the real thing. Vietnam, Cape Kennedy, Washington, Moscow. Just a few of the datelines for news you'll hear right here. I'm Walt Wheeler, and I'll be bringing you news from around the world and here at home from the World Desk of United Press International.
The Mets are 3 behind as they hit in the 9th. Dave Marshall, Cleon Jones, and Ed Kranepool will be up. The pitch to Dave Marshall is over. Strike 1 called. Dave Justy, a right-hander. Bob Beal, a left-hander. At ready in the Pirate bullpen. And a strike on the outside corner at the knees. Dave Marshall, 2 for 4. He has 2 of the 5 hits surrendered by Dock Ellis. Sanguillen setting up the target. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. With his 2 hits today, Dave has raised his batting average to .344. And the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He got him with a fastball. With 5 strikeouts for Dock Ellis. Ellis trying to win his 5th game of the year. The Pirates win this one. After 7 games this year, it will be the Mets 4 and the Pirates 3. Pirates with a victory would reduce the Mets lead over Pittsburgh to 2 games. The Cardinals would have a chance to move within a game and a half. Now the pitch to Cleon. Fastball, call strike. Tom Seaver will be pitching tomorrow night against the Atlanta Braves and Jim McAndrew on Tuesday night. Swing and a miss by Cleon. The count is strike 2, and Ellis has had good stuff today. Two-strike count to Cleon Jones. And the pitch by Dock Ellis hit hard. A base hit through the hole to left field. So Cleon picks up his first hit of the game, and that's number 6 for New York. Each team with 6 hits, but the Pirates with a 4-1 lead. We're sorry to say that we have just received word that Ron Fairley of Montreal was struck with a pitch thrown by Tony Cloninger and had to be carried from the field. He was hit in the face with it. Ed Kranepool is 0 for 3 this afternoon. The pitch by Dock Ellis, outside, ball 1. At the moment in the National League, it's San Diego 7, the Cubs 2 in the 6th inning. Montreal leading Cincinnati 6-0 in the 3rd. The Phillies and Braves tied 1-1 after 4.5. Kranepool lets it go. It's outside, ball 2. In the Astrodome, Doug Rader has just hit a grand slam in the 1st inning. Houston 4, St. Louis 0 at the end of 1. In the American League, the Yankee-Cleveland doubleheader rained out, and the Baltimore-Boston Red Sox game rained out. The Tigers and Senators 4-4 going to the 8th inning. Fastball down the middle, a strike, gets 2-1. Oakland and Kansas City 1-1 at the end of 3, and the White Sox lead Minnesota 1-0 at the end of 5. 2-1 the count on Eddie Kranepool. 1 out and 1 on. Pittsburgh leading 4-1. There goes Cleon. The pitch, a ground ball hit towards second. It is handled by Cash, who throws to Robertson in time for the out. Cleon was running. Had he not been, that would have been a double play, and this ball game would be all over. The Mets may hit against 2 left-handers in Atlanta. It will be George Stone tomorrow night, and it might be a young left-hander, Mike McQueen, on Tuesday night. Bob Aspromonte 1 for 3. And the pitch by Dock Ellis. Inside and high, ball 1. Nolan Ryan gave up only 3 hits, but stands to take his first loss. And a drive hit towards the gap in right center by Aspromonte. An extra base hit. It bounces over the wall, a ground rule double. But Cleon comes in to score, and Aspromonte stops at second. Cleon was going to score any way you look at it, and I doubt that Aspromonte would have tried for a triple. It is a 4-2 ball game, and Danny Murtaugh is coming out. For Bob Aspromonte, another extra base hit. Aspromonte, 2 for 4 this afternoon. So Bob has 29 hits this year, and 10 of the 29 have been extra base hits. 6 doubles, 1 triple, and 3 home runs. Danny Murtaugh is on the mound talking with Dock Ellis. Dock Ellis leading the Pirate staff in complete games. He already has 3 and is trying to get his 4th. And he will stay in the ballgame. To Pittsburgh. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning, and the hitter is Jerry Grote. Nolan Ryan gave up only 3 hits, but stands to take his first loss. And a drive hit toward the gap in right center by Aspromonte. An extra base hit. It bounces over the wall, a ground rule double. But Cleon comes in to score, and Aspromonte stops at second. Cleon was going to score any way you look at it, and I doubt that Aspromonte would have tried for a triple. It is a 4-2 ball game, and Danny Murtaugh is coming out. For Bob Aspromonte, another extra base hit. Aspromonte, 2 for 4 this afternoon. So Bob has 29 hits this year, and 10 of the 29 have been extra base hits. 6 doubles, 1 triple, and 3 home runs. Danny Murtaugh is on the mound talking with Dock Ellis. Dock Ellis leading the Pirate staff in complete games. He already has 3 and is trying to get his 4th. And he will stay in the ballgame. Pittsburgh. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning, and the hitter is Jerry Grote. Jerry has drawn a walk, otherwise hit a ground ball to short on 2 occasions. Jerry Grote hitting .333. Dave Justy and Bob Beal in the Pirate bullpen. And a ground ball hit toward the hole, base hit going to right field, and holding up at third, Aspromonte. You don't run on the throwing arm of Roberto Clemente. Mets taking no chances, now have the tying runs on. A single punched to right, just beyond the reach of Dave Cash by Jerry Grote. The tying runs are on first and third. Murtaugh is coming out, and this will be all for Dock Ellis. Don Hahn will come in the game to run for Jerry Grote. So Dock Ellis is going to leave the scene with 2 down in the 9th inning. Mets battling here in the 9th. They've come up with 3 base hits. With Tim Foli scheduled up, let's see who comes in. Apparently it's going to be Dave Justy. Danny Murtaugh realizing if he brings in Bob Beal, Beal would have to contend with Don Clendenin. The hand is for Dock Ellis. Mets now have a total of 8 hits, 5 of the 8 in the last 2 innings. Dock Ellis working 8 2/3. At the moment has allowed 2 runs, 8 hits. Walked 2 and struck out 5. Dave Justy is coming in. In relief this year, Justy has won 1 and lost 1 with an earned run average of 1.8. Amazing but true, Justy already has 7 saves to his credit. He had a super year in the Pirate bullpen last season. He was their ace fireman as the Pirates won the Eastern Division Championship. Dave Justy, a former starter and a former Syracuse University star. He has a lifetime record against New York of 5 wins and 7 losses. This year in relief, Justy won a game from Philadelphia, lost a game in relief to the Dodgers, and has saved 7. So he's made 12 appearances and has figured in 9 of the 12. Tim Foli doubled to left his last time up. Don Clendenin has come out of the on-deck circle. If Foli can keep it going, Clendenin then will hit for Tug McGraw. Dave Justy throwing in his warm-up. We'll be on the air from Atlanta, Georgia tomorrow night at 8 p.m. On Tuesday night, our coverage will be both radio and television. will be on the air Wednesday night and Thursday night from the beautiful new Veterans Memorial Stadium in Philadelphia. First time the Mets and Phillies have played this year. The Phillies come to Shea Stadium on the next homestand. Next weekend, Henry Aaron and the Atlanta Braves are in, playing Friday night, a Ladies' Day game Saturday, and a big Sunday game. On that following Monday, the Mets will go down to Tidewater for an exhibition game with their top farm team. Come right back for games on Tuesday night and Wednesday night against the Phillies at Shea Stadium. Well, the Mets are still battling. They're down to their last out here in the ninth inning, and the tying runs are on. Tim Foli facing Dave Justy. Here's the pitch. Curve, low outside, ball one. Don Hahn in the game running for Jerry Grote. And Bob Aspromonte is on third. Now the Husky right-hander, Dave Justy, delivers way up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Ron Taylor and Danny Fusella are both at work now in the Mets bullpen, as the Mets dig in, trying to tie this one or take a lead here in the ninth inning. Now Justy in the set position. The 2-0 delivery. Low, ball 3. And Clendenin is waiting on deck. Mudcat Grant and Bob Veal are up in the Pirate bullpen. Pittsburgh 4, New York 2. The tying runs at first and third, top of the ninth inning, and 2 men away. Now Tim Foli is set. Will he be taking? Here's the pitch. He's taking, and it's over. A strike, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to Tim Foli. Tim hitting .264. Now Justy is ready, and the pitch on the way. Fastball, strike 2 call. Now we've reached the point where it's 3-2. Don Hahn, who has marvelous speed, representing the tying run at first base. He will be on his way, and a throw to first, not in time. He was standing right on the bag. Justy looking in, has his sign. Throw to first, in the spot. That runner at first must be very careful not to get himself picked off. Foley cowtailing the bat around, waiting on the right-hander, Dave Justy. There goes the runner. Here's the pitch. And a pop-up foul may go into the stands out of... Yeah. And the tension lingers on. Robertson climbed up on the tarp trying to get a play. Bob Aspromonte.